Before Nintendo officially revealed the Switch 2 and announced that there would be a Switch 2 Nintendo Direct in April, every 4 or so months I'd hype myself up before an inevitable Nintendo Direct or an announcement where it felt like it was finally time to see 3D Mario. I went through this hype period up and down, up and down. I've made millions of videos on this topic over and over and over again for the last handful of years, and slowly and painfully waiting for Nintendo to do something. A Direct would go by, no 3D Mario. A presentation would pop up, no 3D Mario. Announcements on Twitter, no 3D Mario. I was even etched into meme Hall of Fame with one of my videos because of no 3D Mario. Nintendo has forgotten about 3D Mario. But, it is finally time. So on Mario Day of all days, this will be my very last 3D Mario hype video because we're also only 23 days away into the Nintendo Switch 2 Nintendo Direct. What a happy Mario Day it is because the hype is really getting real, and what better way to get you guys more hyped than to talk about 3D Mario. And yes, I do believe this is the last time we'll be talking about this because I believe in 23 days, I'm about 99.999999999% sure that we will see the next 3D Mario game. But before we dive into this hype, it's time for the hype question of the day. You guys have been sending in some awesome questions, but of course today on Mario Day we have to go with another Mario one. This one comes from Godcraft2010 and states, what new mechanic would you add in the new open world Mario game? Now it's hard for me to just pick one brand new mechanic, so I'm going to give you a little batch full of mechanics I've been thinking about and talking about in past videos. I would love Mario to have a skill tree, maybe giving him more power-ups and more abilities as you level him up, or maybe even having him have an item tree, kind of similar to Bowser's Fury, where he can pull out an item and use it whenever he wants. Kind of like an item box that he can just pop out an item and use it. So maybe it's just one specific Tanuki leaf that he carries with him the entire time, and you actually just take damage when you get hit instead of lose that power up. And each item will have its own segment on the skill tree, which means you can gain new abilities with that item that we've never seen before. Would be really cool, like new fire flower abilities, new ice flower, and of course new Tanuki leaf powers. And of course with an open world game, you gotta have fun transportation. So kind of like Plessy that we had in Bowser's Fury, what if we had just tons of different vehicles? Like Mario could actually drive his Mario Kart, but in an open world where he could hop in and out of it whenever he wanted to stop at a location and go check things out. It would be glorious. Remember to comment the word hype in all caps to get your comment featured in the next video. You guys know just how much I love Mario, and 3D Mario has been the essence of my gaming life. Like, it's literally where I started, it's what I love the most, it's what gets me the most excited. Even for a next big Zelda game, I'm always really hyped for it, but never on the scale of a new 3D Mario game, and this doesn't happen so often. I mean, seriously, look how long we've waited already. Mario Odyssey was at the end of 2017 in October, and here we are in March of 2025 and still not even a trailer, not a leak, not a rumor, nothing. I mean, technically if you want to talk about leaks or rumors, the only thing we've really gotten is some word of mouth from some random sources stating that the next 3D Mario is going to be open world, but we don't need those random sources to tell us that because for one, after what they did with Bowser's Fury, which felt like a test for something bigger, it's clear that they want to expand the world of 3D Mario greatly. Not to mention, it's been 7.5 years, so clearly Nintendo has been cooking something massive for us for this next 3D Mario. It's not gonna be the next 3D World or even Odyssey 2, it's gonna be something a lot bigger. In general, it was always around 5 years for a new 3D Mario game, and sometimes a lot shorter, but this wait has been the longest by far. The longest we've had prior was the transition from Mario 64 on the Nintendo 64 to Mario Sunshine on the GameCube, which ended up being a 6-year gap, which would take place towards the end of the 90s and the early 2000s. Here we are in 2015 now with the longest gap ever. We know that it's taking longer to make video games these days because more effort is being put into them and more graphical power with tons of new mechanics, but with that in mind, 7.5 years for Mario's flagship franchise is a freaking while. But why now? Why is it finally the time? After all of these years, after all of these videos, month after month, week after week, year after year, why is now the time to be hype? Well, there's so many Nintendo Directs that we get, and we're unsure of what's to come. There's so many presentations that Nintendo announced, and we just kind of hope that maybe 3D Mario is there. It has the potential to be there, but nothing has ever had more potential than this Nintendo Direct. This is a Direct that we are pretty much all on the same page on. I think every single person in the world is pretty sure that there is going to be a reveal of 3D Mario of some sorts in this Switch 2 presentation, because why not? We have gone so long without any brand new announcements or big reveals, anything to look forward to, and this Switch 2 Direct was announced like 2.5 months in advance. It is preparing people for a pretty big show. And as I'm sure there's going to be a lot of exciting games to look forward to that's going to be announced here for Switch 2, but there's two games that people have been talking about for so long now. One of those being Mario Kart, because it's been 11 years since Mario Kart 8 on the Wii U, and finally Nintendo showed off that the next Mario Kart will be coming to Switch 2, and probably as a launch title. We're probably going to get a giant in-depth trailer for this thing in this Switch 2 Nintendo Direct, so that's one of the two games that we've been waiting for. And of course the second one is just gotta be 3D Mario. The fact that just in my head it's pretty much confirmed to be at this show, it's like we officially for the first time ever have a countdown for this 3D Mario game, because before we could just kind of predict that it might be there. It's around the time for a new 3D Mario. This has been the longest wait ever. We are massively due for a new 3D Mario game. We know when the Switch 2 Nintendo Direct is, which in my eyes, we know when this 3D Mario reveal is. Yes, in 23 days, we will finally see this next 3D Mario game, and it's just so hype. As badly as I want the whole month of March to just fly by, I also have to sit back and just relax for a second, because it's gonna be here before we know it. I feel like just the other day we were counting down from like 50 something days, and here we are at 23 days already. That's 3 weeks, not counting this week. Isn't that insane? So I know we're all excited. I know we can't wait, but let's just take this long gap of quietness from Nintendo to remember that there is something huge on the horizon, and we don't have too many opportunities to get hype like this. Like, we know as soon as this presentation airs, it's going to be exciting, it's going to be fun and stuff, but we're not going to have that level of excitement like this. It feels like Christmas time when you're a kid, getting ready for one of the biggest reveals, one of the biggest times ever for us Nintendo fans. We've never had a Nintendo Direct this long announced in advance, and we've never had a wait this long for 3D Mario, let alone Mario Kart as well. We are due for some really big things, and this is just Mario. Think of the other franchises that can get touched in this Switch 2 Direct. We are going to be eating good in literally just under a month. So guys, please make sure you leave a like and subscribe to stay up to date on all things Mario, because man, we are really close. We are knocking on the door. That storm is about to hit over the horizon. It's going to feel absolutely amazing. We are almost there, guys. Just hang in a little while longer. Thank you for tuning in, and like always, I'll see you all on the next one. See you guys.